Back in the early 2010s, volleyball in Japan was struggling. While baseball and soccer were thriving with more players and viewers, volleyball seemed to be falling into the background. By 2012, the number of students participating in volleyball clubs had dropped significantly. From 41,000 students a few years earlier, the number had dwindled to 37,000. It looked like volleyball was heading toward becoming a niche sport. And then comes Haikyuu, a manga series that would change everything. Created by Haruichi Furudate, Haikyuu began serialization in Weekly Shonen Jump magazine in 2012. It's no exaggeration to say that this series was a game changer. The timing of Haikyuu's release was perfect. Within a few years, the number of students joining volleyball clubs shot up to more than 46,000 by 2016. That's right, the number started climbing just as Haikyuu started capturing readers' imaginations. Why did this happen? It turns out Haikyuu wasn't just a hit among fans, it became a source of inspiration. NHK aired a 50-minute documentary in 2016 that explored how Haikyuu was impacting real-life volleyball. Players were saying that they read Haikyuu with their entire team every week and looked forward to it. Others mentioned that even though it was a manga, it really gave them a motivation boost. The enthusiasm wasn't just limited to fans, it extended to professional players as well. Masahiro Yanagita, a member of the Japanese national team, mentioned that he found personal resonance in the manga and even tried out some of the moves depicted. Now, you might be wondering what makes Haikyuu stand out from the other sports anime. After all, there's no shortage of incredible sports series out there. Think Slam Dunk, Kuroko no Basket, Hajime no Ippo, and the recent hit Blue Lock. These series are thrilling, but often their stunts are so exaggerated that they stretch believability. As cool as these moments are, they're not exactly realistic, especially for high school students. Here's where Haikyuu differs. It's not just entertaining, it's realistic. The series focuses on relatable characters like Hinata, who despite his height, works tirelessly to make a name for himself on the court. Watching him struggle and succeed is something many young athletes, especially those who are shorter, can relate to. Haikyuu shows that hard work and determination can lead to success even if you're not the tallest player on the team. What's even more impressive is how Haikyuu makes everyday actions feel dramatic without being over the top. It captures the essence of volleyball, the teamwork, the sweat, the victory, and the defeat in a way that feels genuine. The impact has been huge, inspiring not just players in Japan, but across the globe. While other series like Slam Dunk also made waves, Haikyuu has achieved something even more remarkable. It's breathed new life into volleyball, making it a sport that more young people are excited to play. When Haikyuu first hit screens back in 2014, it became a phenomenon. Fans across the globe were drawn into the fast-paced world of high school volleyball, cheering on Karasuno High's underdog team in their quest for glory. I don't know about the past, but these days you can't just call Haikyuu fiction. It's becoming more and more real as time goes on. Most sports anime simplify the game, focusing more on drama than on accurate gameplay. Haikyuu is different. It really digs into the details of volleyball, from how the players position themselves to the thrilling highs and lows of the game. Unlike other shows, Haikyuu doesn't shy away from the technical aspects that make volleyball exciting to watch and play. Olympic athletes have praised Haikyuu for its accuracy. That's right, experts in the sport have recognized the show's commitment to realistic portrayal and attention to detail. Volleyball is a sport full of rules and strategies that ensure fair and intense competition. Every match involves careful moves and quick decisions. Haikyuu captures this intensity well, showing games that stick closely to real-world volleyball rules while adding an emotional touch that viewers can relate to. In the anime, every player's role is important. Setters organize plays, liberos defend with skill, and substitutions are key for adapting strategies during the game. Through its exciting storylines and dynamic characters, Haikyuu has renewed interest in volleyball among viewers of all ages. Its mix of sportsmanship, teamwork, and competition has inspired many new athletes and fans. Whether you're cheering for Karasuno's journey or admiring Hinata's energy, Haikyuu sets the bar for sports anime, blending realism with heartfelt storytelling. Each player on the court has a specific role, like setters Kagayama and Sugawara, or spikers Hinata and Azumane. These roles are just like in real volleyball, giving everyone a chance to shine. In Haikyuu, they use terms like opposite hitter instead of weak side hitter, which you might hear in professional matches. It's these small differences that keep the anime interesting for volleyball fans. Scoring in Haikyuu follows real volleyball rules, but with lots of excitement. Terms like spike, block, and server are crucial. Each match aims to reach 25 points per set, just like real tournaments. The anime also shows when players make mistakes, just like in real games. The series goes beyond flashy moves to give you an authentic glimpse of volleyball. From feints to synchro attacks, these techniques aren't just for TV, they're used in professional games too. So, what's a feint and why is it so important? Imagine this, your teammates jump up, acting like they're going to spike the ball, but wait, it's all a trick. The real spiker sneaks in and gets the ball past the confused blockers. That's a feint. It's a clever way to throw off the defense and score a point. You've seen this in pro matches, where the action is so intense it feels like you're right there on the court. Now, let's talk about synchro attacks. Imagine a group of players running towards the ball as if they're all going to spike it. The goal is to hide the actual hitter and fool the blockers. These all-team attacks are crucial. They're not just cool moves, they're common tactics in real volleyball games used to outsmart the opponents and grab that crucial point. In one of the training arcs, Hinata and his team get into the nitty-gritty of perfecting these synchro attacks and spiking feints. Why? Because it's not just about individual talent, it's about how well you can work with your teammates. Hinata learns that volleyball isn't just a game of skill, but also of trust and teamwork. It's like a well-oiled machine where every part must work together to achieve greatness. Ever wondered what those flashy saves and dives are all about? In Haikyu, Nishinoya's Rolling Thunder might look spectacular, but it's based on real techniques used by professional liberos. In volleyball lingo, saving the ball like Nishinoya involves dives or digging. These moves are all about getting your body between the ball and the floor. A dive means hitting the ground flat out to reach the ball, while digging is more about crouching low and using your body to receive the ball. Now, it's time for the tempo system in volleyball. It's a way to describe how fast or slow the ball is set and spiked. There are different tempos from 0 to 2 or 1 to 4 depending on where you are. The higher the number, the slower the approach. In Haikyuu, the manga describes this as the spiker starting their run at different points, either when the ball is at its peak, right after the setter touches it, or even before the setter has received it. Why is this important? Slowing down the tempo can be a game changer. Fast passes might seem like a good idea, but they can limit players' options and make it hard to see the bigger picture. For taller players who need more time to perfect their shots, slowing things down can give them a chance to make the perfect play. Some teams even use what's called the fourth tempo, where the spiker starts their approach later and the setter throws the ball higher, giving the spiker more time to prepare. Olympic volleyball player Eric Shoji praised Haikyuu for getting volleyball right. He said the anime's techniques like spikes and blocks are accurate. This attention to detail makes Haikyuu realistic and exciting for fans and athletes alike. According to Shoji, in a match, a blocker like Tsukishima can indeed shut down a hit when it seems like the opposing player has an open shot. Shoji explains that the hitter might think the shot is open, but the blocker closes the seam and roofs him. But it's not all perfect. Shoji does point out a few quirks. For example, in the match against Shira Torizawa, he criticizes the way Oikawa's arm is drawn during his jump serve. And then there's the infamous wall jump by Hinata. While it looks cool and dramatic, Shoji mentions that in real life this would usually result in a foul. Still, he's not mad about it. It's clear that even if the anime takes some liberties, it still respects the sport's essence. Shoji finds Nishinoya's dedication inspiring. Shoji notes that in real life, the training is intense, with athletes practicing serves for up to an hour daily. He points out that the show does a great job of highlighting the rigorous training and the high standards required to compete at a high level. It's all about that commitment and teamwork. Speaking of teamwork, how does Haikyuu handle the classic sports trope of the power of friendship? It actually nails it. Unlike other sports anime where the main team always wins because they're the heroes, Haikyuu keeps things fresh. It doesn't make it obvious that Karasuno will win every match. The series focuses on the hard work and dedication required to succeed. Remember the 16th episode of Season 1, Winners and Losers? It shines a light on every losing team's struggles and how heart-wrenching defeat can be. Karasuno's tough loss against Aoba Josai is a perfect example of this. Unlike other anime where the main team seems unbeatable, Haikyuu shows that even the greatest challengers have their weaknesses. Players make mistakes and face consequences, adding a layer of realism. It's not about being perfect, it's about the struggles and the effort put in. Haikyuu skips the gimmicks that often clutter sports anime. While other shows might add wild quirks like guns and Ice Shield 21, Haikyuu keeps it grounded. Sure, each team has its theme, like Karasuno's aggressive offense versus Nekoma's defensive agility, but these traits support the story rather than distract from it. Shoji also praised the small quirks in serving styles, noting that it was very important for every player to have a routine, especially for serving. It's been a game changer for volleyball. Fans around the globe have been inspired to take up the sport after watching the show. It's because the excitement and energy of the sport come through so vividly that it makes you want to grab a ball and start practicing. Many viewers have been inspired to join volleyball clubs and leagues, which means there's been a boost in local and competitive play. Imagine how many new players and teams have popped up thanks to Haikyuu. It's like the anime has sparked a volleyball revolution. Haikyuu has managed to capture the essence of volleyball while adding a touch of fantasy to keep things exciting. It's encouraged many to explore the sport, join teams, and appreciate the dedication of young athletes, especially in Japan where high school volleyball is a big deal. Every Haikyuu fan thinks, wow, I wish I could play like that. And Takahashi Ran took that inspiration and turned it into reality. Just like the anime's dynamic characters, Takahashi is transformed into Japan's secret weapon in volleyball. The Japanese men's national volleyball team made waves in 2023 with a stunning 3-0 win over Iran in the FIVB Volleyball Men's Nations League, and Takahashi Ran was at the heart of the victory. With pinpoint accuracy and exceptional defense, he helped Japan build momentum early on, fending off Iran's strongest spikes. It's not just about technique, it's about the passion and drive that Takahashi brings to the court, much like the characters in Haikyuu. Takahashi's approach to volleyball reflects the determination and strategic play seen in the anime. From studying opponents to perfecting his spikes, he embodies the spirit of a true champion. Ran Takahashi, while playing in Italy, stunned everyone with a dramatic spike that could have been pulled from Haikyuu itself. Takahashi believes that Haikyuu has made Japanese volleyball even more thrilling for spectators around the globe. What happens when you're up against taller opponents? You adapt and overcome. Takahashi's experience playing in Italy's top Serie A league taught him just that. Despite being shorter than many of his rivals, he used his quickness and strategic play to outmaneuver them. It's like watching your favorite Haikyuu characters defy the odds, only this time it's real. What's fueling this volleyball fever? For one, the anime adaptation of Haikyuu turned into a huge hit, and the story of a determined underdog with a big heart has captivated audiences far and wide. And guess what? The popularity of Haikyuu has given the sport a major boost. The number of high school boys joining volleyball clubs has jumped from 35,000 in 2012 to over 50,000 this year. That's a massive increase. Japan's national volleyball team is ranked 4th in the world and has a few players who seem straight out of the manga. Could this be the future of volleyball? Tokyo Great Bears president Takashi Kubota believes so. He's keen to show that volleyball can attract large audiences, and it's working. Ran Takahashi is on board with this vision too. By modeling and singing on YouTube, he's helping make volleyball a sport that kids dream of. With Haikyuu leading the charge, it looks like the sport is set for a thrilling new chapter. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the game, this is an exciting time to get involved and cheer on the players who are making history both on and off the court.